Back up slowly. Give him a little love. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I want him, I want him. And there we go. Fenrir versus Ocho. Ocho won. Hey there, it's Big Tony over here at NatG, coming at you with a little War Robots action. We're going to be, hopefully, landing on a good map. We're going to do a little beacon rush, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Fenrir, since the Fenrir is going to be getting an upgrade here in the next update. So I'm going to do a couple Fenrir clips to start with, and we're going to start off here with a Fenrir equipped with a Cestus, and I've put two dampers on. These are MK2 level 8, and the main weapon, the heavy weapon, is an MK2 level 12. Now, the Fenrir is a beast. It always has been a beast, and it's been declining because of the advancing meta over about the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. Still a pretty reliable bot, and one that you should grind out in the workshop. It's definitely worth it. But due to its slow, ponderous movement rate, unlike the other major tank right now that you are dead, this is too slow to be in the meta. It really is. And it doesn't have enough firepower to be the monster that it used to be. But we're going to be seeing it get a massive improvement. And here we go. We got ourselves a Ocho coming up. And here we're going to just brawl it out. This is what it's good for. When someone comes up to close range, I'm not going to say that every time you're going to be able to, brawl it out against, ooh, he's got ultimate igniters. Ooh, ouch. That you're going to be able to take one of these out. But you definitely are going to stand a better chance with this than many other types of bots. But let's go ahead and give this guy a little blast charge love, a little rust damage. Let's see if we can knock him down. Man, I'm just taking a lot of damage. And come on. We can get him. Just gotta back up slowly. Give him a little love. Come on. I want him. And there we go. Fenrir versus Ocho. Ocho won. Alrighty, guys. If you can already tell, I trimmed out the rest of the match on that last one. I did get a win on that one. Let's go ahead and drop the next version of my Fenrir, and this is a Brisant and damper. Now, the dampers are kind of the essential weapon if you really want to up your, your Fenrir, because it's too slow to be much of an effective brawler. Ochos run away from you. Even the Dagons can run away from you. And when you bring your weapon up, you lose all your defense points. So, yeah, the Fenrir is meant to be a slow position holding build. And it's definitely good for brawling if you have someone coming to you. You coming after them, chasing them, it's another story. Now, this is a Brisant and damper equipped one. The Brisant is 250 to 350 meters effective, can reach out there to 500 meters, kind of like, when you use the hammer. It can reach 500 meters, doesn't mean it's going to be the best at it. Now, 500 meters is good for knocking down, like, Aegis shields. That's what the Brisant is good for at over 350 meters. Let's give this guy a little love right here. Now, the Fenrir, this is one of my favorite bots, second to the Raven. This is the first super tank that I have after the Boa and Golem and Leo era. And, this is, seriously, this is always going to have a spot in my hangar as long as we're getting some upgrades. Now, the new pilot that's going to... There's a nice kill. The pilot that is coming out is going to make this even tankier. Instead of... The Wolf pilot gives you... you trade off its special ability for extra hit points, like 60% more hit points. Well, now you're going to be getting more defense... Oh, excuse me. Your defense points will now be unmitigatable, which means your defense points are going to work against everything. So you're going to be more damage resistant. It's going to kind of do the same thing as Bernadette Wolf, but you are going to, instead of relying on hit points and healing, you're going to rely on defense points. I'm not saying this thing isn't going to have a monster amount of hit points to start with, but definitely that's going to bring, I think, this build back into a little more of a usable bot in the current era of these monster new weapons, these monster titans, all these new bells and whistles that have hit the game. And it's going to really jazz it up. But it's still going to have the same fundamental problem that it has right now, which is what you can see. It is slow. And if you give them a lot of... And I have Roadhog on this. This is still pretty slow. I mean, if you're putting in all the speed abilities to make this thing really move fast, you sacrifice a lot in other skills. And when you get the new pilot, if you pick it up, and of course if you pick up the ultimate Fenrir, which will be coming out in the next update as well, you're going to be, I mean, if you get all the defense and hit point skills and all that stuff, it's still going to be a slow beast. But it's going to be a much tougher beast. And that's what's going to kind of heighten, that tells me we're heightening the meta. We're raising the bar on where we're going to be, setting the game at. And there's a nice godlike. Sweet. Alrighty, guys, here we're going to drop into it here. This is the Yam map. Going to run something a little different. I've shown you guys at Brzett. I've showed you guys assess this equipped Fenrir. This might actually work okay. I'm going to show you guys now a Ardent Viper equipped Fenrir. This is going to be kind of the same dynamics as the new heavy weapon that's going to be coming out as far as range and firing. It's going to be not aim assisted, just like most of the longer range weapons now. This one does DOT, but it does a fair chunk of damage, has a fairly large ammo capacity. So it really kind of staggers out well with the dampers. I can continue fire for a bit. There's a target right down there. Let's lock in on him. Oh, maybe. Oh, there's a target right there. Let's go for that one. Let's give him a little love. Now, this does a little DOT effect as well. Not as much as a Deceiver, but it definitely can dish it out. It's like, I'm thinking it's like maybe 3/4 the DOT effect of a Deceiver. Let's go and hop back. Now, the heavy weapon coming out, of course, is going to be like a damper. It's going to do rust. Let's give this guy a little love. There we go. They got him with the Ardent Viper. Sweet. Now, we've discussed the weaknesses of the Fenrir, and of course, I haven't really, give proper merit to what this thing is capable of as far as, what are its pro points. The pro points for the Fenrir is you can grind it out in Workshop. So this is a free-to-play tank that's available to you. And of course, you can get you can work and get yourself. You can get yourself Vipers, I believe, in the Workshop as well. Oh, that's not fair on him. He's leeched onto me. Leech is kind of making a comeback. A quad, a tri-damper, one deceiver build. Leech is actually very, very devastating. It's very, very tough. All right, no, you're coming in here. Like I said, this bot is grindable in the Workshop, and that makes it huge. Now, you do have, right now the best pilot for it, of course, is the Bernadette Wolf. I think, yeah, Bernadette Wolf. And it is definitely the pilot you need before 9.6. Now, if you don't have a Fenrir, you don't have the pilot, I would wait. Wait until you can get your hands on the new pilot. I mean, you could run. I'm sure Wolf is going to do just fine in the, in the future variations of the meta. But I just see that the new pilot is going to up the game on the Fenrir to where it can be, competitive in, the ever-escalating arms race that is this game. Okay, now this is what this is good for, guys. I'm not running things down with the Fenrir. I'm holding the fort. I'm here on the center beacon, and I'm just kind of, holding it. Now, when the new pilot comes out and I'm able to accumulate, defense points and keep them, and you see I've got a shy drone on here, so the more damage I do, the more defense points I build up. But they are mitigatable. So certain weapons like Webbers and things like that can go right through it. They go right through that damage defense point base. There's a nice kill right there. But it won't happen with the new pilot that way. But against standard weapons, this is kind of what you're going to be looking at. You're going to be looking at a tank that can just really stand up, and it'll probably hold up much better to Titans with the new pilot. And that's one thing I used to love about the Fenrir. I used to just absolutely brawl with it against Titans. I could take Titans out with my Fenrir. I used to call it a minor Titan itself. And I think we're going to see those days come back for it. So look forward to it, guys. A free-to-play, grindable, minor league Titan that can really lay the smackdown. Looking forward to it. Let's give this guy a little love up here. Now, the Viper is a little underpowered. The power of the Viper comes when you have 2+ numbers of these out there. That's what it's seriously good for. You need multiple versions of it. Now, it pairs well with dampers. And I have not run a Deceiver version of this, which would be just kind of a slow death by DOT. But we'll have to give that a shot here, probably in another episode. We will give that a test when we're running tank builds here in 9.6. Oh my, come on, I just want to get that Titan. Oh, yep. Still, it took 2 Titans to take me out, so that's a testament to the fact that the Fenrir is still a monster. It's still a great bot. Just don't expect to get anywhere fast with it. Okay, no. We're going to just play around with the Dagon. And see, we can see if we can't get rid of Gorgur, I believe the name is there. Okay, yeah, I didn't get him, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We got him as a team. Okay, we are heading in the right direction here. It looks like we're probably going to get a win here. Let's talk a little bit about the curry and how that's going to fit in your hangar. If you love the Mars, and I used to love the Mars, and I still might take it out every now and then and give it a shot and play with it, but if you're good at running one of those, I think you're going to do fine with the curry. It's going to use, I think, a very similar play style, which is, oh, excuse me, you got to go out and, boy, hiccups really suck. But it's kind of a hit and run, throw your weapon out there, let your weapons do the work for you, and then kind of flank things and get at them. We're going to be doing kind of the same thing with the curry. We'll see. I've ran it in test server only a couple times. I was kind of hoping he was on the other side of that. I got him just hung up underneath there. Well, yeah, it's the Raggedy Man. What reference to the movie does that come from? Raggedy Man. Give you a hint. It's from my era. It's from the the 80s and 90s. Name the movie. I dare you. Okay, let's go ahead and. No, okay. Who's Tony? Okay, someone's hitting me there. We got a YouTuber up there, Metador. Okay. Yeah, he got me with a long shot. That's fine. We're heading in the right direction. We're heading for a win. So let's see if we can't get up close here and give a little love to these guys. There's Matador over there. I can give him a little love from this distance. Now, someone pointed out to me and asked me, why do you got the maces on there? When, the weapons on top there are 600 meters. They just both got blown off. Dampers and maces. Why do you have it set up that way? Why don't you use the shatters? Well, these are MK3 maces, and my shatters are MK2. That's one thing. Just got rid of them. But at closer range, I like the maces. I mean, I use longer range to knock Aegis shields down. That's what I think the maces are good for. 300 meters plus, you knock down Aegis shields. That's about what it's good for. And then I let the dampers do the business. And in this case here, I've got a damper and a tamer. So I'm doing a little DOT and a little rust as well. But I've got this built as a close-range brawler, which is maces at close range are absolutely deadly. The closer you are, the better. Now, the shatters are better at 250 meters. Anything farther, they get worse. Anything closer, they don't seem to work as effective. But there we go. We got ourselves the win. We took out the Titan. We had some fun with the Fenrir. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be a wrap-up here for my Fenrir episode, and I've got it sitting right down there. Fenrir, very free-to-play, pocket change spender friendly. This is the setup I'm running right now until 9.6, which is I've got Viper and Damper. This is a 500-meter build. Viper is 500 meters. Damper is 600 meters. I can do a little 600-meter work with my main weapon up and be a little speedier. I can do a little picking at 600 meters. And when things get in range, drop the hammer and then just absolutely go after them with the Viper. So I'm going to use those same strategies when it comes to working with the brand new heavy version of the Damper that's going to come out. And I'm guessing there might be a heavy version of the Deceiver, the DOT version as well, which is kind of like the Viper. That's what the Viper does. But definitely Fenrir, free to play friendly, and it works very, very well with various different drones. Armadillo works great with this. You can run this with a beak if you want. The new one, the little tentacled one that came up for the Dagon, works actually pretty good for this one too. Armadillo works absolutely fantastic for this. If you have a Nebula, yeah, it works for you guys who are in the lower leagues. I mean, this is a tank. This is your general purpose, do-it-all tank. And with the new pilot coming out, it's going to see an uptick in as far as its usability in Champion League and in the current meta of the game. Alright guys, time to bail out here. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you know when I'm dropping it. Alrighty guys, stay safe and healthy. Watch out for each other. I'll catch you on the battlefield.